Okay, as you can see, I'm ready to start a pot roast. This is a London broil. It's about 2 pounds. It looks like it's got a little bit of questionable streaks in it of cartilage, but I'll clean that up real nice. I have the oven set at about 375. I have 2 onions in the roaster all ready to go. I'll put some water on them, then I'll put the roast on it, but I also have 2 more onions to throw in the roaster because I like to cook it down for about 2 hours on 350 to 375, which makes the roast pretty tender. I got a couple cloves of garlic. I'm going to chop up some garlic and throw it on the meat. I got some potatoes. They're the last resort. They get put in after about the roast has been cooking for 2 hours. I'll put the potatoes in, and they'll be peeled and cut in half. And the only seasoning I'm going to use is a little salt, little pepper, and possibly some Montreal steak seasoning. So we'll see what happens. Let's get her going. I'm going to check this fat layer out here. I'm not much for fat in my pot roast. I mean, I understand a little bit is okay for flavor, but it's not in my household. Okay, I need to look at this cartilage here. All right, so that's just silver skin, so that'll be okay. So this roast is predominantly almost ready. And I'll take this here. I don't like, because there might possibly, see, there's a part of a gland in there. I don't want that in my meat. I don't know why the butcher didn't take that out, but all right. All right, so London broil on top of the onions. Now, because I'm using a fillet knife, I can actually fillet, hopefully, this piece here as an anchor for flavor. Looks pretty good to me. And there's another piece of London broil. The reason I cut like this, I learned this when I do jerky. Nothing goes to waste. This here, that would be turned into jerky, but that's no good. All right, so the other part's going to be a couple slices of garlic. Some people say, well, do you do anything special with that garlic? How do you get that flavor infused into the roast? Well, sometimes I can get a piece of garlic right down inside a slit in the meat. It adds flavor. Not necessary to do this way. I'm just a weirdo. I do things differently. And then, of course, from there you can just sprinkle the rest on top. And then we go with more onions. This is the important part. Lots of onions. And actually, I got onions built up around the edge, so I'm going to put some water in here right now. Probably a bottle. 1 bottle, 1 spring water bottle. And we're going to put some salt on it right now. I just do it liberally. I don't any certain amount. I'm going to put a little bit of the steak seasoning on there. And once again, it's just a little. I don't like to overdo the flavor, even though that steak seasoning is awesome. Black pepper, family favorite. I'm taking, spread that garlic around a little bit. And then we hit it with the onions again. You see, this is quite an interesting theme. Now, in about 2 hours, this roast will be pretty close to fall apart texture, and the onions will be cooked down, and the flavor of the onions will be incorporated into the roast. And of course, I'll put the potatoes in there, which they will actually cook in the last juices from the roast and the onions and the water. And they will be steamed to perfection. And the potatoes will be left in the roast pot with the roast and onions for about an hour. And at that point, my daughter will be home from school and she will be ready to eat because she's always hungry because she refuses to eat school food. She's a smart kid. I don't blame her. Even though I think I'd still try something, pizza or something on it. So as you see, I'm putting a lot of onions in here. Lots of onion. Okay, so there's lots of onion in there. And these will be the potatoes. That will be peeled and they'll be cut into 2 to 3 pieces each, thrown in along the edges. We sometimes do carrots, but nobody wants carrots in the roast lately, so we're going to go without carrots. It's going to just be roast, lots of onion gravy, and potatoes. And you know, everyone will probably just dip in there and throw ketchup on everything anyway, so, but the roast is still going to have a good flavor. So there you go. There's the pot roast. I put it in a black roaster with a lid. 375 degrees right now to start. If I can get the lid on. Okay. 375 degrees to start. And I'll come back and visit that at about 10 minutes to 2 or 2 o'clock. At which time I will put the freshly peeled potatoes in for an hour. And they will be done at about 10 to 3 o'clock. And when Baby Slab gets home at 5 to 6 after 3, she'll be eating her pot roast. And so will everyone else, because that's what we wanted today. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good day, and Slabby out for now.